To the king, then he told me to ride. I'm a brand new creature, cause the old me done died. I'm new.
What up, you guys, and welcome back to another reactional video. This one is kind of somewhat a continuation of what I was discussing in regards to the likes of Bishop TD Jakes. Now, we know that over the weekend he experienced a medical scare, a medical issue, right? But we still don't know exactly what it was. We don't know if it was a seizure. We don't know if it was a stroke. We don't know if it was just anxiety or what have you. I myself put my foot out there on a limb, and I did get some bite back, but it's to be expected. But not for nothing, I was just raising the question that, the timing of it all. From what I gathered, he did a whole hour sermon with no issues, only to where it was about the end part of the sermon that this medical issue came about, and it was able to be captured right shortly there on camera towards the end. And I just was like no shade, just and then it's just like the specifics of it all was not at all brought about. And I know, in the celebrity world, if you will, and that can be associated with pastors, that not all information is giving up front and upright. However, if it was what it was, let it be what it is, right? So if it was a seizure, I would think one would say that, but it's still just not up in the air. If you ask me, I think it's anxiety, due to the fact of the matter that it has been some recent allegations that were brought up. It didn't even know. I heard it, but I just didn't put two and two together, right? Now, as I stated, it was unbeknownst to me. I did not know that it was these allegations were doing anything. And if you were unable to see that clip, let me read this from Newsbreak. It's a Dewan, hopefully I'm saying his name right, Young Blood gives his testimony of alleged abuse. And this is by Pastor Youngblood, shared in an interview on Larry Reed Live, that he had a traumatic experience with Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, here's the thing, okay? I don't agree with a lot of things that Larry Reed puts out there, right? Because I feel as though he is a bounty hunter for the church, right? And I just feel as though that, since he's been hurt by the church, he's doing his due diligence of exposing the church. And it's just like, my thing is that you can expose all you want. We are imperfect people, and pastors are no different. So let's make that very clear. But on the contrary, I do believe a lot of victim statements. I know that some people will pose different questions in regards to, like, we don't know the allegations are so, but the thing is that in Second Timothy we hear that pastors that are qualified don't have allegations towards them. They aren't against being reproved either. So the thing is that just because the allegations out there disqualifies Bishop, I want you guys to know that. But furthermore, this article goes on to say that Bishop T.D. Jakes' name was mentioned when the allegations against Sean Combs first came to light. And I stated that as well. That's what kind of made me, that's the first thing that came, that my spidey senses were tingling, was like, because I was thinking that just maybe this would be better than to get disgracefully kicked out of the pulpit. Why not, put out there some kind of form of a medical issue to gracefully be able to move yourself out the pulpit before something, transpires. We saw that another Dallas native pastor had to do the same, and it was just very, like, side eye. He did it gracefully, but it was just kind of like everybody still was like, what was going on or whatever. And we just hear so much of the exposure of the church. And so I was just like, well, maybe this is an attempt to be able to get out of the pulpit gracefully, right? Now, no charges have been filed against the Dallas pastor, and court records suggest the only dealings he had with Diddy were the music mogul splendid time with him while attempting to clean up his reputation. And as we heard in these allegations by, I think, the Run guy, that he was going to use Bishop T.D. Jakes to leverage, this. And so it would make sense. However, on the contrary, what has came up now is that Bishop T.D. Jakes is going to sue Dewan. So this is what's been reported. So, Pastor Youngblood, a Pennsylvania-based pastor and registered sex offender, okay, is embroiled in a legal battle with Bishop T.D. Jakes. The New York Post reported Jakes allegedly tried to SA Youngblood over 40 years ago. However, Jakes refuted the accusations and is suing Youngblood in federal court in Pennsylvania for defamation. Okay, now Youngblood said that Jakes tried to kiss him and gave him an unwanted embrace. Concerning the well known motivational speaker and pastor of the Potter's House, a mega church with more than 30,000 members, these accusations set off a fury of controversy. Okay. Now, Youngblood and his lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, filed a lawsuit on November 15th demanding $6 million from Jakes. The payment, according to the petition, might settle the issue quickly and privately. If the amount was not paid, Blackburn, who had previously defended Little Rod, that's who I was talking about earlier, in a case against Diddy, said Youngblood intended to sue Jakes for SA and harassment, the Post reported. Now, Jake's legal response. Okay, now, according to the Post, Jake's lawyers characterized the charges in the defamation lawsuit as untrue and driven by money. They said that Youngblood was using the court system and social media to damage Jake's reputation. Okay, I think a little too late for that. For his own benefit. Now, the petition aimed to stop what Jakes' legal team described as Youngblood's scheme. The goal of this lawsuit is to put an end to the severe emotional, physical, and spiritual harm that the defendant's actions have caused, Bishop Jakes, the lawyer, stated. Youngblood's criminal background was emphasized by the defense team, who pointed out that he is a registered SO who is now on parole. Also verified by the Post, even the author of the book Freedom from Homosexuality. No longer living the lie, Youngblood has professed to have undergone conversation. And then it goes on to say Jakes had a medical issue at the same time as the court struggle. While giving a sermon on Sunday, November 17th, Jakes had a health scare. After being hurried for a medical assessment, it was determined that his condition was stable. Although a stroke was ruled out, testing were nonetheless conducted to identify the incident's issue. Jake's team speculated that the situation may have been exacerbated by the stress caused by Youngblood's accusations. They said in a statement that Jakes was recuperating under medical supervision and thanked everyone for their prayers and support. Didn't I say that in the This is my first time reading this article. This article was by Times Now World, by the way. I had no idea, but my spidey senses were tingling in the midst of all of this. And now this makes me feel as though this will be good for the court hearing. This will be good for the trial. This will be good to show the pain and suffering, right? And I know people would think, well, why would somebody do that? Why was he at a P. Diddy party? Like, can anybody explain that to me? Why was he at a P. Diddy party to begin with? Okay? Why have all these other allegations came out? Why? Because we are dealing with flawed individuals, and yeah, you can put that, insert that where you want to. So, now we know it wasn't a stroke. It was more so stress. Okay? So all that shaking, bubbling, and cumbling, okay, was stress. And no shade, who's to know if that was truly what was going on in that moment. Okay. So, not for nothing, y'all. That is just my 2 cents in on the situation. My prayers still, however, go out for him. Okay. And I know I had one comment talking about, what about your skeletons? And God said not to judge. She didn't say that. Y'all need to stop misconstruing the word of God. That's not what it said. It said to basically, and I'm paraphrasing, basically to be careful of how you judge people, because the same thing that you're judging them, you're being judged for that. So case in point, if I'm a fornicator undercover and I'm telling my sister to stop fornicating, okay, because I see her sin, that same judgment that I'm passing towards her is going to be put on me. However, if I stop fornicating and I call my sister out of fornication, I'm good. Okay, so let's not use that. And furthermore, what I got going on, I'm not in nobody's pulpit, okay, leading people astray, for one. All right, but not for nothing, you guys. I pray for TD Jakes, and I pray for all the people that are being led by this man. And I just pray that you guys seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all of his righteousness, and allow all these other things to be added unto you. I just pray that he really, truly, truly gets delivered, and that he is truly healed from whatever it is that he may be going through, and speedy recovery. So I leave you guys there, and I will see you guys on the next reactional video. Until then, God bless. Thank you so very much for tuning into this video. I pray that you got something from it. And if you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And let me know down in the comments what you thought about the video. As well as please follow me on all my social media. You can see it down here. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, God bless.